Hey all you dudes and dudettes, my name's Dan and this is the only show in crypto that brings you all the news no one asked about. We cover everything from altcoins to NFTs. This is the countdown to the bull run. Here is what seems legit. The hottest new layer 2 Blast just launched on February 29th and this sent meme coins on the new chain just straight blasting off. Probably gonna be a lot of really bad dad jokes in this one. Hyperblast, it's up over 80%. Cyberblast, it's up over 1,000%. Fingerblast, yeah, we ain't doing that one. Then you have old Andy over there, he's just up casual 450%. And Blast already had its first rug pull before the mainnet even went live. Risk on Blast, a gambling-based project, allegedly snapped the rug out from underneath investors for a cool 1.3 million in a token pre-sale. Over 750 wallets threw these guys money, and all of a sudden they kind of noticed the website's gone and the social media just totally went dark. Now, on-chain investigators were able to track some of the funds, and they noticed about 500,000 of it went to a service called Change Now, 360,000 went to the MEXC exchange, and roughly 200,000 went to Bybit. Now, what in the NHL's Blast? The brand new layer 2, which already has over 2 billion in total value locked, was designed with native yield in mind, and this is for just holding Ethereum or stablecoins on the blockchain and is generated from Ethereum staking and real-world assets. So if you bridge over either Ethereum or stablecoins to Blast, you're going to be generating either 4 or 5% respectively on those assets. Now, if you're holding this stuff pretty much anywhere else, you're technically losing money because Ethereum staking yield is roughly 4%, and that is considered inflation. And there's also the standard monetary inflation of real-world assets, which affects stablecoins. But if you hold on Blast, they compensate you for this through their native yield. Now wait a minute. You mean to tell me I'm making Ethereums by holding my Ethereums? Now what kind of sorcery is this? Now Blast claims to be able to offer this by taking the Ethereum that you bridge over to the blockchain, depositing it into a staking protocol, and then giving you back a version of Ethereum that auto-rebases and compensates with that yield. Now the way they do this with stablecoins is very similar. After you bridge stablecoins over to Blast, they deposit those in the MakerDAO's Treasury Bill protocol, and then send you back their native stablecoin, USDB, which is auto-rebalancing and compensates with the yield generated from that protocol. So you got some Ethereum burning a hole in your pocket and you ain't worried about that wussy little 4% yield that they're offering. You can always check out some of the hot projects like WEN, W-E-N, they're a NFT platform. There's G-Blast, they are a gambling protocol. There's Blaster Swap. They offer a decentralized exchange and token launch platform. And then there's always PackMoon, which is the community coin that everybody seems to be going crazy over. Brother, you're over here talking bridge building, you got me lost at layer 2. Simmer down, Carl, I got you. In the most basic terms, a layer 2 takes transactions off of the layer 1 or the main blockchain, processes them, and then rolls them back up and sends them back to the layer 1. Now with Ethereum's transaction fees hitting over $100 again for something as simple as just swapping crypto, layer 2s are becoming even more popular because most transaction fees are less than 10 cents and sometimes even smaller than that. Since we already covered Blast, here's 4 more layer 2s that all use Ethereum for decentralized apps and transaction fees, but none of these have the native yield that Blast does. First is Arbitrium. It's definitely the leader of the pack with the most action on chain, and it has a native token, ARB, which is mostly used for governance proposals and providing liquidity to the ecosystem. It has over 550 projects on chain, and some are a little more popular than others, such as GMX. It's a futures trading platform that allows users to bet on the price of tokens to go either up or down, and they offer staking of their native token GMX, which they share part of the revenue generated from transaction fees and liquidations to stakers. There's also Camelot. This is a decentralized exchange. They offer crypto swapping and liquidity pools where you can provide liquidity and accrue fees generated. And they offer staking of their native token Grail, G-R-A-I-L, which pays dividends to stakers. And there's also the lending protocol Radiant. They allow users to either supply crypto to centralized pools and pay out lending fees, or you can take out a loan yourself and borrow various crypto from the platform. Next is Optimism. They have over 200 different projects on chain, and they also have a native token, OP. This is also very similar to Arbitrium, where OP is mostly used for either voting on governance proposals or providing liquidity to the ecosystem. Some of the more popular projects here are such as Synthetics. They allow users to trade perpetual futures contracts, and they also allow users to stake their native token SNX, which provides liquidity to other trading platforms, and they get paid fees generated from those platforms. Another one is Velodrome. They're a decentralized exchange. They offer crypto swapping and liquidity pools where if you provide liquidity, you earn swapping fees generated. And there's also the lending platform San Finance, which allows users to either borrow or supply crypto for loans, and they offer staking of their native token San for more San. Next is Mantle. They're not quite as large as the first two. They have about 60 projects on chain, and they do have a native token, which is MNT. They do have a decentralized exchange that is native to the chain. It's called Merchant Mo. The ticker is MOE, and they offer pretty much the same thing as any other decentralized exchange where you can either swap crypto or provide liquidity. And another one of their more popular projects is Init Finance. This is a lending platform, again, similar to other lending platforms where you can either supply or borrow crypto, and they don't have a native token yet, but they do have a points reward system going on, so there's probably going to be an airdrop of their native token whenever they come out with it. And finally, we have ZkSync. They have roughly 90 projects running on it right now, and they don't have a native token just yet, but there are rumors of an airdrop. Mute is one of the more popular decentralized exchanges. They offer the typical features of swapping and liquidity pools, and they also have bonds. Not exactly sure how that works. And they do have a native token. It's MUTE. And they also have a bridge to bring tokens over to ZkSync. And there's the lending platform ZeroLend. They have the typical borrowing / supplying features, and they also have a bridge to bring tokens over to ZkSync. Now, they don't have a token just yet, but they do have a pre-mining system set up where if you use the platform, they reward you with early Zero, which will be converted to their token after they release it, which will just be called Zero. And speaking of airdrops, the DAO JPEG, which runs on just plain Ethereum, might be getting on the action if their DAO proposal passes, where that would allow them to use approximately 50% of their treasury funds to purchase Ethereum on the layer 2's Eigenlayer and Blast. And this would allow them to use roughly $19 million across both of those layer 2's to perform airdrop farming strategies. So JPEG DAO is a platform where users can take their blue chip NFTs such as Bored Apes, Doodles, those chromey squiggle things, and those cute fat little pudgy penguins, and they allow people to borrow against the value of those NFTs. So I can finally take that stupid ape I bought for the price of a house a year ago and put it to use. And hey, did you guys catch that Uniswap pump? Because Blast wasn't the only thing blasting off over the week. So anyway, I start blasting. The token Uni shot up over 70% before heading into a pullback, and that bad boy looks like he might continue just a little bit higher. Now, this price action was caused by their fee switch proposal. This is going to distribute fees back to Uni stakers that also vote on governance proposals. Now, they just had a snapshot on March 1st, and if you want to get in on this, they're going to begin voting on March 8th. And to wrap up with Ethereum, the Dencun Upgrade is going to be on March 13th. So in technical terms that I borderline understand, this is going to bring proto-dank sharding to layer 2's, and it's going to basically lower transaction fees to below 1 cent. Now, this is only for layer 2's. Ethereum's still totally screwed with their $120 gas fees to buy 40 bucks worth of the hottest new dog coin, or well, I guess cat coin, because our boy VB has that crazy cat, Hagrid or Hemole. I have no idea. So we all still bullish on Bitcoin? Because Reddit is. They disclosed in their most recent SEC filing that they purchased Bitcoin, Ethereum, and just a little bit of Matic with their excess cash reserves. Now, we don't know exactly how much they hold because in the filing they stated that the carrying value was immaterial for periods presented. So I guess that basically means that they bought 0.04 Bitcoins, 0.002 Ethereums, and like 12 Matics. And we also got a note that Reddit is considering going public under the ticker RDDT, and this is after they scrapped their Moons and Bricks Ethereum-based idea back in November. And if you want, you can still go mint one of those weird little snoo mascot things that have been minted 34 million times. Well, I guess they're kind of cute, but they're not as cute as wobbly little penguins. And in other news, there was another blockchain outage. And it wasn't Solana this time. It was actually Avalanche. This lasted roughly 6 hours and it was caused by a block finalization stall, which was not allowing blocks on the chain to be accepted by the chain. This in turn was caused by the over-gossiping of nodes, and I will spare you the dad joke here, which led to them becoming unresponsive from a spike in CPU usage. So TLDR, the developers stepped in and did their thing, the nodes stopped spreading rumors about each other, and Avalanche is now running back to normal. And I personally like Solana, so I'm really glad somebody else is screwing up too. And while we're on the topic of outages, Avalanche actually wasn't the only one. Some users on Coinbase were reporting that they were seeing a zero balance in their accounts. What? Where'd my Bitcoins go? Helen? Now after this happened, CEO Brian Armstrong actually came out and said that they ran tests expecting a surge of users 10 times the normal amount, but there were so many people in a Bitcoin buying frenzy that the exchange actually couldn't handle it. And after they fixed everything, they made a post on Twitter that we're apparently going to let the intern read. This ought to be interesting. Oh, don't worry, I got it this time, Mr. Dan. All customer account balance display issues have been restored on http coinbase.com. Thank you to all our customers for your patience today. You son of a gun, my Bitcoins better be in here. Helen, what's my password? Now it's been a pretty wild week with stuff disappearing, kind of like Bit4X. The Hong Kong-based exchange put a good old Mount Gox on investors and just straight pulled the plug on the website. Yep. It's gone. They stopped processing withdrawals roughly 3 days prior to this happening, and then all of a sudden the internet noticed that $57 million was missing from one of the hot wallets. Now this comes roughly a month after the CEO, Jason Liu, stepped down and pretty much can't be found. So everybody's calling this an exit scam, and they're probably right because this is crypto. And if you want a couple quick things for the week ahead, on March 4th, the Solana-based Jupiter exchange will begin Launchpad voting. So if you're a holder of their token, JUP, and you vote on the proposals that they put up, they're going to be sharing some of the Launchpad fees with you. And Super Tuesday's coming up on Tuesday, which is March 5th, and we should expect Trump to pretty much just make fun of a lot of people and anything Trump-related in crypto to just full send, which probably actually isn't going to happen. And finally, on March 7th, Polygon will be launching their Elderberry upgrade, and this will do good stuff to the network. All right, all you bros and babes, I hope everybody got something out of this week's episode. And look, if I screwed anything up, slap on the caps lock and let me know down in the comments section. But if you like what we do here at Seems Legit Research, give me a thumbs up so I can quit washing dogs for a living. I got to get out of here because I got to go start my second shift at all y'all's dirty paws pet wash. What do you mean I'm not late? It's 3 minutes. Come on, man.